Hello, guys. Hope you've been well. I've been away from doing my personal vlog one-on-one with you guys for quite some time. Today, I want to talk about like the tragedy. There's too many, but it's constant that happened in Itaewon in Korea, and share my personal experience having been in such a claustrophobic environment myself. I it's I'm just speechless because it's something that I think it's very heartbreaking. It's just not, no one should be put in that situation or have that type of death where you're going out, you're having fun, you're just living your best life, and then you find yourself in a situation like that, and then before you know it, it's that's the end of your life. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Um, yeah. So it's just I'm just having a moment of like not understanding that situation. But having been in a similar situation, I sort of understand why someone or why people would be out in a situation like that. So I think it's like a much bigger conversation where there has to be effective measures to make sure that people are safe. And I think right now, as I'm speaking right now, they know what the problems were, and they're trying to look at means to find solutions in the future that it doesn't happen anymore. And hopefully, globally, we can see what happened to take measures for ourselves in our own countries, own communities, if we were to have similar type of events or gatherings where a lot of people are just in one place. What would be the measures to make sure that everyone's safe, and what would be the measures to make sure that situations like what happened does not happen again. Um, from my own experience that I want to share is I remember pre-pandemic, one of the New Year's, I was in like the middle of the city wanting to go celebrate with friends, and I was on the over pass bridgeway between, this is in Bangkok, by the way. So it was between Central Shitlom and Central World leading to Siam. So there's like a long bridgeway, walkway that crosses. And then I was trying to get to Central World with a bunch of friends because that's where like most of the festivities are happening. There's lots of stages, beer gardens and whatnot. But then looking down from the bridge, it was completely packed, and even on the bridge itself, it was completely packed. So my situation was I was suffocated, and I felt like I was in a tuna can. Well, I don't know what being a tuna can is like, but I'm just giving an analogy that, like, being packaged and being stuffed and not being able to move. So yeah, I remember in that moment not being able to move because the crowds it was just getting really heavy, because I think as it gets closer to the countdown, closer to midnight, people are just packing in, and we're all going to the same place. We're all going to the same vicinity to just want to absorb and be in the moment during the countdown. And I think it's just like a situation that happened in Itaewon. Basically, when you have more people than what the space can accommodate to, then it's just a bad mix. It's just not going to work out. In that moment, I couldn't really breathe because you're basically sandwiched with everyone else, and you can't move. You're trying to find a means to move, but then at the same time everyone else is trying to move, but they can't move at this they can't move as well. So I just remember in that moment that that's going to be the last time that I'm ever going to put myself in that situation. And then since then I've never really wanted to go out or go anywhere where it's completely packed, or if there's not like measures being put in place. Um, I think the takeaways that we can get from what has happened is when you go out, when you go out for any type of events or any type of celebrations, maybe it would be really ideal to make sure and find out that there are measures put in place. It's not like a situation where I want to share and give my thoughts and say, no, don't go celebrate. But because, yeah, go celebrate, but make sure that you're celebrating and the environment is safe, the surrounding is safe. Because at the end of the day, you want to be able to go in and celebrate and come back alive. And you want to make sure um, fellow fellow party goers or people out there as well go back alive. So I think it's just really important to make sure that you're informed and you know what's going on around you, and that you know how to get out of a situation, and that measures are put in place to make sure that you are safe. But that's my own personal experience, having been in a very claustrophobic situation that I don't wish on anyone else or would want anyone else to be in. And my only thoughts on it to want to share with you guys is like, yeah, just be careful out there, and just be really conscious about where you're going. It's like everything, even when you want to go out clubbing. I think it's as simple as making sure you know where the exits are. I mean, that's what I do nowadays. Like if I go out and I'm not, I do it, but it's not always. Um, I don't always am conscious enough of it, but I try to do it. All right, that's it for me. Take care out there.